Tonight's boxing action proudly brought to you by Madison Sport.
He can taste victory. Oh, hang on. Straight left, drop the peach. He moves in. He can smell blood. Oh, Wilson says bring it on. Get up, get up. Oh, look at this, folks. He's moving in, Briggs. Oh, hang on. He's caught Cole with the right hand. He moves in. He can smell blood.
Here we are at the weigh-in with the Hurricane back in Queensland. Mate, it's great to see you again.
It's good to be up here again. The weather's awesome.
Been in Sydney, been all over the place, come back in great shape, got the best in your corner. How's it been? Give us a little bit of a rundown of what you've been doing since we've seen you last.
It's just been a complete overhaul, really. We've been working on a lot of things in the gym, just fine-tuning things, and I feel like for the first time in 17 years of fighting that I'm finally learning how to box. So it's pretty interesting considering I'm rated #1 in the world now, and I'm really excited about tomorrow night and being able to get in there and just put together some of the things we've been doing in the gym, under a high-pressure situation.
And your opponent, you know much about him?
I know enough about him, yeah. He's Argentinians are like the Mexicans, are always tough. They always come to fight, so I'm expecting a good hard fight, and I'm really looking to get some rounds under my belt. So hopefully he can withstand what I've got for him, and we can put on a great show.
It'd be great having the one and only legendary Johnny Lewis in your corner. How is he as a trainer, John?
Look, he threw me a lifeline in my career, and I look back now and I'm very glad that we've got together. I've enjoyed every moment of it, but that means nothing unless we have success tomorrow night. So ball's in Paul's court. He's tried hard, he's put in, and I think it might be the best fight of his career so far. So
great to have Paul Briggs and Johnny Lewis back in Queensland for an awesome night tomorrow night. Thanks, gentlemen, for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks very much.
Well, welcome back to the Sleeman Sports Centre. We are only moments away now from our main event. Can't wait to bring it on, as a matter of fact. Paul Hurricane Briggs is about to do battle with Jose Clavero from Argentina. We've had a lot to do with Paul's brother over the past, Nathan Briggs, particularly with his run-ins against Colin Wilson. But tonight it's his brother, and in recent times, Paul has gone bitterly close to claiming the WBC light heavyweight title. Well, he's certainly focusing in on having a crack at that again, but tonight he's got to get over the Argentinian, who's here to have a little go, let me tell you. Mark, you were with him last night at the weigh-in. Both these boys, how do they seem to you?
Both well inside the weight of light heavyweight. Awesome shape, Jose, the Argentinian, and great respect from Paul Briggs. This will be a great contest.
Trained by Carlos San Miguel, tipping the scales yesterday at 76.45 with a record that reads 30 professional fights, 27 wins, including 15 by way of KO. He is the former super middleweight champion of Argentina. Ladies and gentlemen, a man without fear, Jose Roberto Clavero. And now, trained by the master trainer, the legend that is Johnny Lewis at Sydney University, we go to the red corner. He tipped the scales at 80.1 kilogram. The paper punch record, the CB, 26 fights, 24 wins, just the 2 losses, 18 KOs. Colours tonight, silver, white, red trim. Ladies and gentlemen, ranked #1 in the world by the WBC. Currently, the waiting game for Thomas Adamek. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, Paul the Hurricane Briggs. invited to centre ring.
John, I'm going to give you instructions in the dressing rooms. I want a good clean fight. You must protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, go back to your corner, wait for the bell.
Welcome back, and we're only moments away from this fight commencing. In fact, there is the bell, and here they are. Stepping out tonight in Brisbane, we're at the Sleeman Sports Centre to bring you this one. And, of course, Paul Briggs. He's no stranger to Brisbane, and certainly Queensland. And it would delight him to no end to be back here to showcase his wares, as he hopefully takes another step back towards having a crack at that WBC title. His opponent tonight from Argentina, Jose Alberto Clavero, who cut in at 76.45, and of course Briggs holding a fairly decisive weight advantage over him as well, Chop.
Well, you can tell, can't you, centre ring. I mean, Paul looks big, looks 4 kilos bigger, 5 kilos bigger, but he's just biding his time, governing the centre of the ring. Argentinians have been a little busier and trying to steal the early rounds off Paul.
Paul Briggs openly admitting in the paper that he believes that he's learnt more about this caper in the last 9 months under the guidance of Johnny Lewis than he did the previous 5 years.
Yeah, he said that at the weigh-in last night. He said it's like going back to school with Johnny Lewis.
Rest assured, Jack Mosley was a mentor, and that's saying obviously a lot for Johnny Lewis. Maybe John's just found the key, and it's all about communication, no doubt. It is the Argentinian, keen to get on with things here. Paul extremely watchful.
He can bang Paul Briggs. He's just biding his time. Argentinian's very aware. He's got a great right hand, Paul Briggs. He'll wait.
A little lateral head movement there from Clavero.
10-3s, Mark. A long time to box. Paul just biding his time. He's been there before. He's done plenty of 10-rounders. He knows what pace to run at.
We've got to go back to that faithful day in May of 2005 when he took on Adamek, and the rub of the green going against him in Chicago. He's had one other fight since that, and that was against Whittaker in Germany. He's been on the road, and you only had to hear the crowd to tell you that he's a popular figure, certainly when he fights in Australia. And the Argentinian certainly on the move there as Briggs just defends. Moving forward, just trying to pick him off with a couple of scoring jabs. He's pretty hard to hit, the Argentinian, nevertheless.
Made of rock too. He's in great condition. He's come up from super middle. Hard round to score. Argentinian a little busier. Jeff Fennick sitting beside us, telling Paul Briggs to throw more jabs.
Yeah, well, his work rate certainly wasn't that of the Argentinian, and Clavero. Oh, well, it's hard to call, but doing well for himself at least in the first round.
Boxing promotions bring you round number 2 from the Chandler Arena. The Hurricanes in the
Into the second we step now from the Sleeman Sports Centre, and we'll just see what Paul does with his work rate into the second round here now. Whether they just increase the tempo, one would imagine he will.
Johnny Lewis said in his corner during the break, Mark, to throw the uppercut. Jeff Fennick's just reiterated it. Paul Briggs to throw an uppercut. He's staying nice and low, the Argentinian, and as I speak, he throws an uppercut.
Well, he's a good listener. And that would be the plan of attack. The jab, 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 and come in and unleash another one of those. Well, he's led with the uppercut. Right in the neutral corner here, right above us in commentary, as the Argentinian gets low and tries to burrow his way out of trouble. A lot of head movement there, although it was a little soft jab that just tapped him on the side of the head.
Right.
Brad Vicali, our co-commentator right the way through the undercard tonight, is the man that has the assignment as the chief referee here for this fight.
There's your uppercut.
And the uppercut certainly working there on that occasion, and that did penetrate.
What's your elbow, Paul? What's your elbow?
Didn't seem to worry the Argentinian. He's a tough nut. He comes screaming in, throwing his own lefts and rights to the body, to the head.
Yeah, and the double left hand. And there it is again. So quite clearly, the indications are that is the plan of attack. Maybe they've had a look at the Argentinian and they figured out that this is a good way to formulate a battle plan. The jab, uppercut routine.
If Johnny Lewis was in your corner, you'd be listening, Mark, wouldn't you?
My word. And the fellow on your right hip has got a fair idea as well.
Yeah, I'd say he's heard a few of Johnny Lewis' instructions on his home. He's busy, the Argentinian. He's moving, but geez, that head's low. He is open for the uppercut. He's hard to hit with the jab. Paul's throwing the jab, but he hasn't landed anything.
That one there sliding over the top of his left shoulder.
Keep the head up. Keep the head up.
Once again, Brad Bacali just indicating to Clavero that he has to keep his head up. And that right rip.
The gem.
Was a good one.
And the crowd riding on every punch Paul Briggs throws tonight. Great venue, great crowd. Great promotion as we come to the end of round 2.
It has been terrific. 7 willing fights on the undercard and a couple there late thrown after the bell to end round number 2. What have you done with this then, sir?
Geez, they're hard to split, aren't they? We've got one each way in my count. I've given the first round to the Argentinian. Briggs just coming ahead on that one with his uppercut and his jab.
As a couple of the fights there unfolded before our eyes. As we get into the third right now, and the crowd starting just to work their way into this fight. They've come here to see something special from Briggs tonight. And he's been very watchful. In the second round, he certainly was able to get in and underneath his opponent and score on a couple of occasions there. But to Clavero's credit, he's been very busy himself.
Lewis's instructions to Paul Briggs were to be a little bit more busier, win the rounds. We'll see how many more punches he throws per round. If we're one even, the fight's all tied up. And that's a nice jab. Doubling him up now. Right hand over the top.
If you're looking at this character and you're thinking, maybe I recognise him from a fight that occurred a few years ago in Australia. Well, he did come down. He fought in December of 2004 against Sam Solomon and lost. KO'd in the 7th round. Now Briggs putting a bit more pressure into his punches. Doing well, Clavero, to avoid a couple of those jabs. And a little combo there.
He's almost following Jeff Minnick's instructions to the letter.
We'll just turn that microphone up and we might well be able to preempt Paul's exact move. There was a good right hand. Oh, and that's interesting because a left to the head on the call of break and then one underneath and the Argentinian's gone down. Now Brad Bacali's called time out. He's requesting that the Argentinian get to his feet.
Come on.
Right now, Clavero has no intentions at all of standing up.
Tell you what, it was a nothing punch. It was on the break, it was a nothing punch. Let's hope the fight doesn't end this way.
This will be...
Right on the break, but it was an accident, right? So he stopped it. The punch didn't hit him in the guts. Yeah. Okay, so what do you call? Sorry? No, it wasn't low. No. Okay. I'll just... If he doesn't get on, I'm just going to count him out. Sorry?
Be a terrible way to end it.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to give him do.
They won't be happy here. Now,
Okay.
Brad's going to give him a count.
Let's listen in to Brad.
Okay. It's got 5 minutes, all right? Up. Get up, Jose. No. The punch.
No. Here.
Supervisor for the 8 p.m. Mr. John
Out of the ring. Get out of the ring. No. Get out of the ring. Get out of the ring. Out of the ring. Out of the ring.
Yeah, well, that's not on. That's totally out of order from Clavero's corner. He knows the rules.
Jose, get up. Come on.
He's taken matters into his own hands and decided to climb in and contest this situation with Brad Vicali. Brad's given Clavero 5 minutes. He's spoken to our supervisor, John Hogg.
5 minutes. No low blow. No low blow. No. Stay there. No. Listen. Not low blows. Not a low punch. Punch here. Stay there. Don't touch.
Jeff, in all your experience,
tell me
you're
when
sitting
he's
right
ready to
beside
fight.
us. There was absolutely no damage done there at all. He's gone down. How have you seen this the last couple of minutes?
Mate, I'm sitting with somebody who I respect a lot. It's Chris Condom in there. Chris and I are just talking, saying that he's going to stop. Every time there's not even a half a foul, he's complaining. You know, before he even gets fouled, he's complaining. So it was just an easy way out for the guy, that's all. And Brad Vicali's done a terrific job. Get him up and make him fire. He shouldn't be paid.
Well, anyone would have sworn blind that he hit him on the head with the stool, the way he went down. Jeff, just a quick one on what we've seen so far then from Paul.
I mean, listen, Paul's done everything right. I mean, look, you know, for me, just to say one thing, as Paul's jabbing, you guys look, he's moving his back foot around. He's not in position for his second punch. He's got to learn to keep his back foot on the ground as he jabs, not moving behind his front leg. If he keeps there, he'll kill them all. He's got tremendous power. But if your feet aren't in the right position, you've got no power at all. Your feet have got to be in position to push, you know.
Happy days, they're punching on, Jeff.
Good on you, Jeff.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
mate.
And we might get a comment from the former all-time great world champ Jeff Fennick at the end of this, but now Briggs, he's moved in. He was just witness to a little comedy that started to unfold there in the end. Thank God common sense has prevailed here and this fight goes on, because the locals here would have just gone berserk.
Paul Briggs has gone up 10 gears, so I don't know if that was a good move to lay on the canvas.
Well, I think he might show him what real hurt's all about in a minute.
It's a fair call from Jeff Fennick saying throw the uppercut. He is ducking his head, that's for sure.
Right.
Once he gets in close like that,
there it is.
I'll tell you what, if one of those connects, the little love tap that he received earlier on will pale into insignificance. He does his best there to land an overhand right, but Briggs well aware that it was coming. And now he just palms him off a little bit, gets himself some range, and a little flurry to finish off that round. What could have been a highly controversial finish to the fight was averted. Excellent refereeing from Brad Vicali.
As Jeff Fennick touched on, Brad handled the situation really well. I mean, it could have been a real messy ending to a great fight.
Mate,
you're not here to lay down there on the canvas.
Well, that's what it looked like to me.
Well, it did. He was stargazing around. He was looking for some support from Brad, and it was beautifully handled by Vicali once again.
Vicali, well, he's seen it. Yeah. You know, it'd be different if he was on the blind side, didn't see it, and you have to give the kid the benefit of the doubt and give him his time. But Brad Vicali was right on top of it and seen it.
Yeah, some excellent comments from Jeff Fennick. And
handy to have his experience ringside.
And technically speaking now, Jeff was alluding to this back foot staying anchored there. Chop.
Yeah. He does. Obviously, only Jeff Fennick could pick that up, but Paul does have that right foot behind his left foot, and he wants him to move his right foot, his power foot, away from his back foot so that he can throw the left hook.
Break, step back.
I was drawing pictures as he was explaining. Now I've sort of got a gauge on exactly what he means, and that's why it all makes sense to characters at that level. Now here comes Briggs, bustling his way in.
That's exactly what he's doing, Mark. He's dominating the centre of the ring. He's pushing the Argentinian back, and he's copying everything the Argentinian's got and says, give me some more. Oh, my goodness.
I think if that's the best you've got, Clavero, this mightn't last all that much longer. But hang on, there's the windy whoosher. That's a bit of a hit and hope. Now Briggs just moves in with a decisive right hand, and the left was good as well. So that lateral head movement we were talking about early on is gone, and he's a much easier target now to pinpoint. And that there.
Well, Glenn
is
McGrath be
powdery.
happy with that.
Yeah.
He's bowled that from Argentina.
Stop! 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 Stay there! Stay there! Stay there! No. Jose, come here. Time.
That's it. Paul Briggs is getting frustrated.
Just tell him to keep the punch up. Tell him to keep the punch up. Come on, don't spit the mouth guard.
So he's playing some games.
Come here.
The Argentinians just spat the mouth guard. Brad McCarley's taking him over to his corner to explain to keep the punches up. This just frustrates Paul Briggs.
Yeah, well.
I think he's had enough, this Argentinian.
I think Paul's had enough. I think that he now has decided that, mate, you're carrying on like a 2-bob watch, and I'm going to finish you.
Left hook was a gem.
Paul, I'll watch it. Don't worry about it.
Brad's telling Paul Briggs to settle down.
Paul, just keep boxing. Leave it to me.
Back to the game plan.
Jeez,
There's the uppercut.
Jose's throwing a low blow. It's hit Paul
Oh,
Briggs
over
in
the
the
top
ankle.
of the rod. I think he's stung him there. I think he has. He's wobbled him up. How long to go in this round? Not long.
10 seconds.
And Briggs will just glide to the line, will he? Yep. Clean break there. Out of the third round, Chop.
I think that was the fourth. And
The fourth round.
It's not hard to lose track because we've had a stoppage. But that just frustrates Paul Briggs. I mean, the Argentinian doesn't want to be there, and I'm sure Jeff Fennick will back that up.
The guy's now deliberately trying to foul Paul. He wants out. I mean, look, if I was Brad McCarley, I would have disqualified him because he doesn't want to fight anyway. But
Special comments coming through this evening from Jeff Fennick, joining us at ringside as Briggs now. Let's get this round count right.
Break! Break!
How have we marked them? Clearly.
Okay, box.
The Argentinian hasn't stopped whinging since round one. I'll tell you what, there's one way to fix a whinger.
Break! Break!
Brad McCarley wants him to fight.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Come here.
Well, the Argentinian,
He doesn't want to fight.
he
He
wants
doesn't want to be here.
Well, he wants his cornerman back to come back in.
Is he?
Does he want to fight or does he want to stop? Does he want to win and fight? Listen to me. Does he want to fight or does he want to stop? And both, listen, both fighter, they're fouls. He make a foul, he make a foul. He hit low 5 times. Listen to me. An accident on the head. I understand. I'll tell him again. Okay, do you want to fight or does he want to stop?
Jeff, it's great to have you ringside, mate. Please talk us through this.
Answer the question.
I mean, this is just somebody trying to get out of the fight. These guys don't deserve to be paid. And that's as easy as that. I wouldn't pay them.
Is he quitting?
He is. Well, you'd put him on the plane now. You wouldn't particularly care which way it was heading, as long as it was out of town.
I'll tell the commissioner hold the money. That's going to be my opinion now. I'm going to go and talk to Angelo Di Carlo and tell him to tell the commissioner hold the money. That's not a fight. Excuse me, guys.
Yeah, do
Thanks,
what you've
Jeff.
got to do, Jeff. He's irate, and rightly so, because that is a woeful way for a fight to finish.
At 28 seconds into round number 5, on his way to the rematch, ladies and gentlemen, he's all yours from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, Paul the Hurricane Briggs.
I don't know what to say. I've been waiting 8 months for a fight. I finally get a fight, and my opponent doesn't really want to fight. So what do? Yeah, I hit him with some really good shots, and as per normal, when I'm in here and I hit guys with good shots, you see their hearts shrivel up, and most guys want to keep fighting though, and they'd rather eat it than dog it. And unfortunately, I'd like to thank Jose for coming all this way and fighting me. Unfortunately, he didn't show a whole lot of heart, and I don't know what to say again, but I'd like to thank Brisbane. Thank you all for coming out and supporting me. It's amazing to be back here tonight. Thanks a lot.